Hey guys, Jared with Tier 1 Concealed. We are down at Ready Gunner with Neal, the owner of Ready Gunner. And today we are going to talk about our thoughts on the Laugo Arms Alien pistol. Neal's actually never even, didn't even know what it was. Hasn't seen this, hasn't handled it. So this will be, it'll be interesting to see what your thoughts are on this thing. I put my name on a list about a year ago to get this gun, and then they had some delays with importing them and whatnot, so it took a year to finally come in. So came in, and now we have it, and we're going to shoot it and give our thoughts on it. So we'll go over some technical specs from Laugo on this gun. All right, so we have the gun out now. It is a non-reciprocating on the top slide, so they have this bar here that will hold your dot. They also make a additional bar that hooks in that has iron sights on here, so you can run either one on there. But just to go over it real quick, it has an overall length of 8.2 inches and a overall width of 1.1 inch. The height, and I don't think they're including the optic in on that, so the height is 5.8 inches, the barrel length is 4.8, and you can see right here that the barrel sits very low in the frame, which is different. I think they're doing that to make recoil control better. The weight of the gun unloaded is 2.2, loaded is 2.47 pounds, and then the trigger weight can be adjusted anywhere from 2.25 pounds to 5 pounds. I'm not sure how to do that yet. I have heard that you want to have a gunsmith do it, so we'll go ahead and recommend that. The magazine capacity, 17 rounds, and they've got that thick base plate. The bore axis height is negative 0.1 inches, so it's low, very low. The upper rail option says it's infinite, so I'm not sure what else you would want to put on this upper rail, but I guess you could innovate to your heart's desire. Recoil angle is 5 degrees on this. Industry average is 13. And then your sight radius is 7.3 inches, probably if you're running the irons, obviously not with a dot. So yeah, we're going to shoot this and see what our initial impressions are with this gun. So we'll start first with an accuracy test. So I'm not sure if this dot's zeroed. We're gonna let Neal shoot this first on a B8 bullseye at 10 yards, and then we'll see what he thinks.
So that's a little bit different.
Yeah.
Just because you can't rack it the regular way.
Yeah, you can't definitely come all the way over the top of the slide.
No safety.
What are your thoughts?
It shoots really smooth. Recoil management's pretty good on it. It is a little bit of a heavier gun, which probably helps with that.
Full metal frame.
Full metal frame. It is starting to get a little bit warm. You can feel that. But overall, it shoots really, really well. The trigger on it, the reset's great, smooth, not a lot of travel on it. So, I mean, I'd probably give it a, as far as shooting, 9 out of 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
Top-notch rating. Let's go look at the target and see how his group was. We're at 10 yards. So, like we said, not sure how that was zeroed, but pretty decent here. It could be just a little bit low, and then I did notice you pick up your cadence towards the end right there.
Yeah, I wanted to get a feel for the cadence with a little bit of a faster of a trigger pull, so take it slow on some, spin it up onto some others, just so I could feel that trigger reset and see how that was with a little bit faster cadence.
Yeah.
So it looks like I was zeroed a little bit low on it. These were probably just some little flyers I had.
Decent.
Yeah.
Decent.
But overall, all in the black, and like I said, pretty good, smooth shooter. Little heavy, which, you know, pros and cons to both of that, yeah. But
yeah,
like
and this is also he's never dry pressed that trigger. He's never done anything. So
that's the first time that gun's touched my hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is a good indication of what that looks like. All right, I'll go back and I'll load up 10 rounds. We'll hang up a new B8, and then I will try a little accuracy test. Okay, so one thing right off the bat, I do like how easy it is to insert a magazine. It locks in really well. It is going to be different not being able to use the optic to rack the slide. And even coming over the front, which is something I do a lot, I'm still kind of impeded with that. So we'll do 10 rounds on this B8, nice and slow. I should have slowed down more, but if it's there, send it. So let's go down and take a look at the target. Okay, so pretty decent here at 10 yards. I did pick up my cadence a little bit and may have got a little sloppy on the trigger. So pretty stinking accurate, I think. So let's see how this thing runs at speed. Okay, so accuracy test went pretty well, I thought. So we have 6 rounds in here, and now we're just gonna try from a compressed ready. A bill drill here. So we got a IPSC target. We only had the ones that had half of it blacked out or whatever, but we'll just try and keep it in the A zone and run a bill drill here at 7 yards. Ready? Ready.
201.
So still a little unused to finding the dot on this because that grip angle is so aggressive. I notice I come out and I really have to, there it is, I really have to bring it forward. So that's probably what I typically do. And I've really got to drop it down to find that dot. So that cost me a little bit of time getting used to this trigger. We were definitely riding right on the perfs. Barely broke them, but I was a little bit left of what I wanted. So we'll load up another 6 rounds and try that one more time. Okay, so we got another 6 rounds, same target. So the existing shots are still on there, 7 yards. Let's try it. Get that grip angle.
Ready?
Yeah.
Stand by.
That one felt substantially better. So one thing I will say I noticed right here is the slide did not lock back. That could be me and my grip kind of riding up on that. And I'm guessing that's what it is because that's what I typically struggle with like a stock lock or something like that. So let's go down, check out those. What was the time?
160.
So 160, got a better presentation in there. Had one line breaker, but the rest of them were in there a lot better. So now let's take this back to 25 yards. We'll break out a B8. We shot at 10 yards, had a nice grouping right there in the center. So we'll see if we see any difference in impact at 25, just because the the muzzle of the gun is so much lower than that optic. So you're probably a good 1.5 1.75 inch difference on your mechanical offset with this optic. So let's see what that looks like at 25 yards. Okay, got a clean B8. We're gonna back up to 25 yards. It might end up being 24 just because of some of the stuff we have back there. But yeah, we're gonna try this. Slow fire, try to be as accurate as we can. I'm not sure the dot size on this. We'll have to try and see if we can figure that out. I'm gonna say it looks like a 3.5 or something like that. Which this I believe is like an 8 MOA circle at 25. So let's head back and see how this thing does. So I'm just gonna hold my dot as best as I can in the center. So if we do see a point of impact shift on the 0, then we'll notice it because all the rounds will be high. So, all right, here we go. Still no locking back. So I think I sent a couple of those a bit high, and that's because I feel like that's when the trigger broke and where the dot was. So we will see. So yeah, I did have a couple, one real high, definitely felt that. So I would say that these are probably when my dot was hovering more towards the center. I did have it break a couple of times where it was just on the low part, and I think that that's where those are. So we're probably like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches high at 25 with it appearing to be zeroed at 10 yards. So not too bad. Oh, so I really had a high flyer. I was gonna say, I thought I had one that felt much worse than this one. So that's where that one was. For sure, that was terrible. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's it. Okay, good to know. One thing I will say that I feel, and I think that it's marketed this way, is that this is primarily pushed out there as more of a competition gun. So riding the slide stop may not be that much of an issue if you're doing speed reloads as you need to. So also one thing that I can say that we're probably going to notice, just because I can already feel it, is because the barrel is housed and doesn't move down here in this frame, I'm feeling quite a bit of heat just from those 10 rounds that is in there. So what we'll probably do is I'll load up all 3 mags and we will just shoot into one of these IPSC targets. So, you know, close to 50 rounds or so, see how the heat does. Okay, so we have 3 full mags, got 2 here in my pocket. And once again, so this is completely filled to capacity, and I like how easily it clicks in there. I don't have to really compress that round for that to snag. So, all right, we're gonna do 3 full mags and just see what we think about the heat in this. All right, here we go. So, oh. Need one more. Oh,
That's no good.
interesting. So, we dropped this on concrete and the spring is stuck. Okay, so that mag that I dropped on the ground, the follower got stuck in the bottom there, so had to empty the rounds out. Tapped on the table a little bit, the follower came back. So now we're gonna run this again. It is substantially warm, so if I get to a point where I can't really be making contact with that, I'll let you know. So let's try it again. Here we go. Set that down gently. Whoa. Oh, finger fatigue. Yeah, that's getting too hot to hold on to. All right. So I notice like with where I get in on the trigger up under here, that is starting to singe. Yeah, that's definitely too warm for me to really make contact. Like if I wanted to keep going, I'd have to like keep my hands away from the front. Ooh, even the bottom of the trigger guard is incredibly warm. So we're gonna set this down, let it cool off. Performed pretty well considering we're at 7 yards dumping the mag. I'll let you guys go take a look at the target right now. Okay, so overall, I would never carry this gun concealed. It's heavy. It's got good ergonomics in the hand. It's very easy to manage recoil and everything. I do think it would be great for competition. Comes with the mag well, easy to insert the mags. The trigger has next to no take up. You push that little trigger bar lever and you're right there. And then it's got a brake with minimal over travel, and then a very crisp little tactile reset, and you're right on the wall. So get good split times, everything like that. I do wish, and it's just because of how high I grip the gun, you can see how much wear I have on my hand. So they have this really high cut beaver tail on here, which does not have a ton of space between that and the slide. So when I grip up here and get real high, that slide tends to ride on my hand right here when I get that grip up. So we didn't do it for this, but there's a pin that you can just pop there even with your hand and pull that out, and then this front end should lift out. Oh, actually I think I've got to push something back or forward. Yeah, it's forward. And then this lifts out and you can change it as easy as that. Visibly see it still has to come back just a smidge. There it goes. There it goes. So a little bit more forceful than what I was doing. So, and now you're set up with iron sights, and you really have to bring that up to your eye line because of the low bore axis. That sits really low. Kind of weird actually. It's just on top of your hand. So this is the Alien. I think these first edition ones, MSRP for $5,000. The things that come with it though definitely make it worth it. You get cleaning, all the tools to make adjustments and do any modifications with the trigger and sights and whatnot in there. It does come with the other top rail, and the optic is included. One other thing that we read in the owner's manual, which is probably different than most striker fired pistols, is they don't recommend dry firing this like you would typically with a Glock or something like that, unless you use this little snap cap looking thing. Let me see if I can dig it out of here. So it's in the bag, but basically it looks like it's a 3D printed kind of a snap cap bullet. It's got a little rubber O-ring there, so it kind of keeps it in the chamber. So if you are going to dry fire, they recommend that. So that's good to know, especially if you're someone who dry fires a lot. It also comes with a holster, and I do like the mounting system here. So it has a button here and you can ride it really high, or you can push that and drop that really low. So the holster itself is a Kydex holster, and it could be better. Maybe I'm biased. It could be better, but the mounting system is pretty awesome. So thanks for watching. If you have any thoughts or questions, definitely leave a comment down below. If anybody else has had the opportunity to shoot one, let us know your thoughts. Be sure to like, subscribe, let us know any other things that you would like to see. We're trying to get a list going of things that we can talk about with you guys, so be patient with us as well.